Have you ever stopped to think that there might be something hidden, something silent, controlling every step you take? Something you can't see, but that subtly shapes all your decisions, fears, and limitations? In this video, we're going to explore something few dare to face: the true origin of your mental blocks. By the end, you'll discover the path to reverse this. Sometimes it feels like life places insurmountable obstacles in front of you, doesn't it? But what if I told you that these obstacles aren't out there in the world, but within you, programmed by invisible forces that have been operating for years? During this video, you'll understand how this programming works and, more importantly, how you can break free from it. Do you ever feel stuck, even though you know you have the potential for so much more? That's exactly what we're going to uncover today. But listen carefully. What I'm about to share is not what you're used to hearing. There's a secret, and I promise that if you stay with me until the end, you'll learn how to use it to unlock a new level of freedom and power. What is about to be revealed can completely transform how you see yourself and your reality. Are you ready to see what's hidden right in front of you? Only those who dare to continue will discover it. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand what's been holding you back, but also have a powerful and practical strategy to start breaking this cycle today. Get ready for real change, and remember, every second you watch will bring you closer to the mental freedom you've always wanted. The hidden power of mental programming. From the moment we're born, our minds are being shaped. Every experience, every conversation, every lesson molds our minds into patterns that define how we see the world. What most people don't realize is that these patterns aren't neutral. They carry limiting beliefs that have been installed over time, without us even knowing. These programs come from various sources: our parents, society, school, and even the media. From a young age, we're taught to think in certain ways, to believe in certain truths. But what happens when these truths don't reflect our true potential? What happens when they actually limit us? Imagine growing up hearing things like, money doesn't bring happiness, or to be successful, you have to sacrifice your personal life. These beliefs, which may seem harmless, shape our actions, choices, and ultimately our results. They create a reality that we accept as normal, even when it makes us feel trapped. What most people don't know is that this programming can be undone. The same mind that was shaped to limit you can also be shaped to free you. And that begins with the awareness that you have the power to rewrite these patterns. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. But first, let's explore how these invisible chains are holding you back. The invisible chains that hold us. The limitations we feel in life are often not visible. They're like invisible chains that hold us back, preventing us from reaching our biggest dreams. But these chains weren't placed by anyone else but ourselves, influenced by what we believe to be true. The mind, in its search for security and stability, creates automatic patterns that keep us inside our comfort zone. This happens so subtly that we often don't even realize we're sabotaging ourselves. We stay stuck in the same job, the same relationships, the same routines because our mind tells us that change is risky. These chains manifest in many ways: procrastination, fear of failure, self-sabotage. These are clear signs that something inside of us is holding us back. How many times have you started a project with excitement, but lost motivation halfway through? Or had a brilliant idea but didn't act on it out of fear of failure? This resistance to the new is the mind's way of protecting us. But what it doesn't understand is that by protecting us from the unknown, it's also keeping us from all the potential that's out there. This fear of the unknown is a trap. And throughout this video, you'll learn how to break these invisible chains and finally set yourself free. But first, let's dive into the science behind mental reprogramming. The science behind mental reprogramming. Science has proven that our mind is incredibly malleable. The concept of neuroplasticity shows that the brain has the ability to reconfigure itself based on new experiences and thoughts. This means that, contrary to what many believe, you're not stuck with your old beliefs. They can be changed. Our brain works through neural networks, and the more we repeat a thought or behavior, the stronger these networks become. This is how limiting beliefs take root. They're reinforced by the constant repetition of automatic patterns. But at the same time, these networks can be replaced by new patterns if we know how to do it. This is where the Reticular Activating System, or RAS, comes in. This system is responsible for filtering the information the brain processes, allowing you to focus on what's important to you. It acts as a filter, reinforcing beliefs that are already rooted and ignoring information that contradicts them. For example, if you believe I'm not good enough, your RAS will filter out all the opportunities that prove otherwise, focusing only on those that confirm this belief. But the good news is that by reprogramming your beliefs, you can also reprogram the RAS to start seeing opportunities for growth and success. Now that you understand the brain's power, let's explore the greatest enemy of reprogramming: fear. The silent influence of fear. Fear is one of the most powerful and often the most limiting emotions. It has the ability to dictate our decisions without us even realizing it, keeping us stuck in a life that doesn't satisfy us. But what you might not know is that fear isn't always visible. It often disguises itself as prudence or security. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. These fears operate silently, guiding our actions and keeping us away from our true potential. And the most dangerous part is that fear doesn't need to scream. Often it simply whispers in our minds, telling us that it's not worth trying, or you're not capable. The origin of this fear lies in our survival instinct. In ancient times, it was essential to keep us alive. But today, instead of protecting us from physical dangers, fear protects us from imaginary ones, like the idea of failing at a new venture or the possibility of being rejected. When left unchecked, these fears control our lives. But the truth is, most of our fears never come true. They're projections of the mind, created to keep us within a comfortable limit. Now that you know this, let's discover how to identify these limiting programs and start reversing them. Identifying your limiting programs. To reprogram your mind, the first step is to identify the beliefs that are limiting you. This starts with self-awareness. Stop and think. What are the areas of your life where you feel stuck? Where do you feel that no matter how hard you try, you can't move forward? These areas are like a mirror of your limiting beliefs. They reflect what you believe about yourself and the world around you. Start by making a list of the automatic thoughts that arise when you face a challenge. These thoughts reveal a lot about your internal beliefs. Phrases like, "I'm not good enough," "This isn't for me," or "I'll never succeed" are clear indicators of limiting beliefs. But these phrases aren't the truth. They're just perceptions you've adopted over time, influenced by past experiences. The next step is to question these beliefs. Ask yourself, where did this come from? Is this really true? By bringing these beliefs into the light of consciousness, you're already weakening their power over you. Now that you've identified them, let's explore how to reverse these programs. Reversing negative programming. Mental reprogramming begins with replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones. One of the most effective ways to do this is through positive affirmations. Affirmations are statements we repeat to ourselves with the aim of reprogramming the subconscious. For example, if you've identified the limiting belief, "I'm not good enough," you can replace it with, "I am more than enough." The secret to affirmations is repetition. The more you repeat them, the stronger this new belief becomes. Over time, it becomes the dominant pattern in your mind. You can apply this technique to all areas of your life. For financial success, use affirmations like, "Money flows to me easily and consistently." For self-esteem, say, "I am worthy of love and success." The key is to feel these affirmations as you repeat them. Repetition is crucial for the brain to absorb these new beliefs. Think of it like training a muscle. The more you train, the stronger it gets. And over time, these new beliefs will start to manifest in your external reality. Now that you know how to reverse your limiting beliefs, let's talk about the role your environment plays in this process. The importance of changing your environment. The environment you live in has a profound impact on your ability to reprogram your mind. The people, places, and even the content you consume influence the beliefs you form and reinforce. If you're surrounded by negativity, it's much harder to maintain a positive and growth-oriented mindset. You've probably heard the phrase, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." This is scientifically true. The brain acts like a mirror, reflecting the behavior patterns of those around us. If you're surrounded by people who think in limited ways, your limiting beliefs will be reinforced. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with people who have a growth mindset, who are constantly striving to develop and break barriers, this is also reflected in you. It's as if you're being reprogrammed again, this time for success and growth. So, one of the first things you can do is change your environment. This includes not only the people around you but also what you consume. Choose to read books that inspire you, watch videos that reinforce your new beliefs, and listen to music that lifts your spirit. Changing your environment is one of the quickest ways to accelerate mental reprogramming. And speaking of acceleration, let's now talk about the crucial role emotions play in this process. The role of emotions in mental programming. Emotions are the fuel for our beliefs. When you feel something intensely, whether positive or negative, it strengthens the belief associated with it. This is why traumatic events or strong emotional experiences tend to create more deeply rooted beliefs. Likewise, when you want to install a new belief, it's important not just to repeat it, but also to feel the emotion associated with it. If you're saying I am worthy of success, but deep inside you don't feel that it's true, it will be harder for this new belief to take hold. A powerful way to reinforce these positive emotions is through meditation and visualization. When you visualize the life you want to have, feeling the emotions of already having achieved your goals, you are programming your brain to seek out these experiences in the real world. This happens because the brain can't distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It responds to emotions as if they were real. So the more you practice feeling these positive emotions, the more you're reprogramming your mind for success. Remember, the key is to connect emotion with belief. And to sustain this process, persistence is essential. Persistence, the secret ingredient. Mental reprogramming is not something that happens overnight. Just like any other skill, it requires practice and persistence. Think of it like learning to play an instrument. At first it may seem difficult, but over time and with practice you start to master the technique. Many people give up before they see results because internal change takes time to manifest externally. What they don't realize is that with every repetition, with every small change in belief, they are building a new mental foundation. There are countless stories of people who overcame their limitations through persistence. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, they all faced moments of doubt and difficulty but kept moving forward, knowing that success would come eventually. One way to maintain motivation along the way is to celebrate small victories. Every time you notice a positive change, no matter how small, acknowledge it. Keep a journal where you track your progress and revisit it whenever you feel like you're losing focus. Remember, persistence is what separates those who transform their lives from those who remain stuck. And now, let's talk about the crucial role of conscious action in this process. The power of conscious action. It's not enough to just reprogram your beliefs if your actions aren't aligned with these new beliefs. True transformation happens when you start acting according to what you believe. That's when internal changes begin to reflect in the external world. Every new day, you have the opportunity to take small steps that reinforce your new beliefs. If you believe you are capable of attracting financial success, start acting like someone who already lives that reality. This might mean making smarter financial decisions, investing in knowledge, or seeking new opportunities. The secret lies in taking small daily actions. You don't need to transform your life all at once. Just align your actions with your new beliefs, and little by little, you'll start seeing results. Self-awareness is key in this process. Be mindful of your automatic thoughts and behaviors that try to pull you back to old beliefs. When that happens, take a deep breath and choose to act in line with your new beliefs. Remember, complete transformation happens when thought, emotion, and action are in perfect harmony, and you're already on the right path to achieving this. Now that you understand how the mind has been programmed to limit you and how to reverse this process, you have all the tools you need to start your transformation journey. Don't underestimate the power of what you've learned today. Every step you take from now on can bring you closer to the future you've always dreamed of. Change begins with the decision to act. Your mind can be your greatest ally or your biggest enemy. And now, with the techniques you've learned, you have the choice of which path to follow. Don't let yourself fall back into old patterns. Keep moving forward. Leave your comment below and share how you're going to apply what you've learned.